Nelly. Oh my god. Yeah.
By the 1860s, African Americans began using blackface on stage. Why on earth would a black performer put on blackface and demean him or her?
They were expected to.
Why?
Because it made the audiences comfortable.
People like this are dangerous. People like this are the weakest link. Because what our brother is doing in these videos is shucking and jiving for the appeasement and entertainment of people in hopes that he can get some table scraps. Because I'm sure he is capitalizing off of these videos and these views that these people are giving him while he simultaneously reinforces negative stereotypes and biases about our people, his people. But as long as he's making a little bit of coin, he ain't worried about it. And this is why people like this are dangerous. They make people comfortable in their biases, comfortable in their prejudices, comfortable in their casual. Because he now becomes the scapegoat. Well, I saw this black man on here laughing about it. Them's just jokes. So why can't I? Lighten up. Don't be so serious, right? Learn to take a joke. This is also the same type of person within our own community that will not check people when they say the N-word or when they do anything else that is casually racist, because they would rather sit and beg for table scraps than disturb the comfort of the man or woman. This is why they say can't save everybody and not all skinfolk is kinfolk. But is this type of person that makes our jobs a lot harder, making our job 10 times harder for those of us that are out here trying to break the stereotypes and the biases and the notions of what black folk are supposed to be and should be and are currently in the eyes of white supremacy, in the eyes of America. So while you continue to do your tap dance, understand that you are tap dancing on the bodies of our ancestors.
This is a sickness.
At what point do we start creating black-owned mental hospitals to put our coon brothers and sisters in? Because I'm tired. Like, at what point do we actually identify these behaviors as mental illnesses? Like, seriously, at what point do we start to agree that this is delusion, this is mental illness, this is a sickness, psychiatric hospital is needed? Maybe we should start, building up Yaba Left so it becomes more professional in taking care of these people, because these people need to go to Yaba Left. Like, one of my friends on here literally said something that's been on my mind for a while, and it was like, can we start thinking progressively? And I agree. You don't do.
This is a very serious issue we have in the African black community, and it needs to be addressed. The fact that we have black people home and abroad that are willing to make a caricature of themselves just to make white people comfortable and happy is sad. The fact that we have black people home and abroad comfortably feeding, perpetuating and keeping alive negative stereotypes about black people, also they can get the validation of white people, is disgusting and needs to be addressed. We know they are not doing this for us. I'm looking at this right now and I'm not laughing because what's funny? Same way you would find on TikTok some Africans that have self-proclaimed themselves comedians and their whole comedy centers around them sounding in a forced, non-existent, stereotypical African accent. I know this one from Nigeria whose comedy is always about African aunties or Nigerian parents. I have met Nigerians from the north, south, east and west of Nigeria, but I swear to God I have never met any Nigerian with that particular accent that she uses in her so-called comedy. That accent is not from the country. Hell, that accent is not even from the continent. But somehow this extreme forced accent is supposed to be a Nigerian African accent. Like, nobody sounds like that in the entire nation. What the hell are you doing? Like, these folks are out there perpetuating stereotypes in the name of comedy, shocking and driving to make white folks laugh. White folks then suck it all up. Then when they meet us, they wonder why we don't sound in the stereotypical way they expect us to sound, or act in the stereotypical way they expect us to act as a Black American person or as an African person.
A video on here yesterday of a brown stand-up comedian who was being heckled by a brown audience member that said, do the voice, do the voice. My friends always laugh when I do the voice, and alhamdulillah, he didn't do the voice. But I also have a cousin on this app who is a professional stand-up comedian, and every single one of her videos here, she does the voice. And in all of her stand-up routines, she does the voice. And in her stand-up routines, just like Lily Singh, she does the voice to make fun of her parents. And just like Lily Singh, her parents don't have that accent. This is why Dave Chappelle quit his show, because he realized that while he was making jokes about a shared experience, people were laughing at him, not with him. And it's the same thing for all the brown comedians that make their career making fun of themselves, making fun of their parents, making fun of their culture. They're laughing at you.
I remember when I made a video like that, but addressing Africans, the African skit makers, the African comedians and all that. Specifically Nigerian skit makers, Nigerian comedians, whatnot. And I know people were tagging some people, and then some people tagged Nime Indolo, and she came, she staged my video, and then whatnot. I guess people from her page started reporting the video, but it got taken down. Many of you don't know how harmful what you're doing is for the rest of us. You guys, at the end of the day, your followers know you don't sound like that. They attribute it to the African parents or the African auntie accent. But the rest of us who talk like this, who cannot form spring, we are going through it. I remember when I was in grade 12 and this one stupid, very, very stupid girl would pick at one word I would say in a whole sentence and be like, oh my gosh, the way she said goat is so funny. You have children, other people who have Nigerian parents, and they're like telling their friends, oh, do you know what my parents said to me? And they'll be telling them, oh, no, say it in the accent, so it's way funnier. Like, excuse me? You guys be telling the most unfunny jokes ever known to man, but because you use an accent, it's funny. You guys don't know that literally people that are laughing are not laughing with you. They are laughing at you. They are laughing at your parents' voice. They are laughing at the accent. They are laughing at the aggressiveness. Once in a while, making jokes like that, fine. I give it to everybody. Those are your experiences and they are valid. But centering your whole content, your whole comedic everything towards that alone is a sickness. The reliance on those accents to be funny every single time you come out to say something that is so dumb is so harmful. Now, people who have Nigerian accents, whatever the accent sounds like, now have to deal with sounding funny, with, oh my gosh, you just sound so funny. I know you're mad, but it's so funny. Oh my god. Like, we should have left this in 2016. And it's exhausting. It's like, find something new.
So she's Nigerian, I'm Nigerian as well, for those of you who don't know. I don't know if we have the same accent, but maybe you guys can let me know down below in the comment section if we sound alike. In Nigeria, like I said earlier, there are various accents. And of course, some of these accents that these comedians come up with don't even exist in the country because nobody sounds like that. They create all of these extreme accents for the shock value or whatever. And not only that, through their comedy, they make this false accent the signature of what Nigerians sound like, or Nigerian aunties or Nigerian parents sound like. So not only are these so-called comedians perpetuating these stereotypes, they are giving their audience this idea that it's cool to laugh at an African with an African accent. Because you could come by a Nigerian or an African that don't sound like me or Sarah, the lady on the screen right now, and it's not going to be okay for you to laugh at their accents. When I see people that look like me behaving like this, I feel it would be nice if we could make a coon detector or something, so that at birth gone, as they just they born the children, they come, we'll just be testing them to know which one is it going to be. I'd probably put a sign or something so that we just know. It will be good because, this way we know who we are looking out for, who we are watching. Because those are the ones they use eventually against the rest, right? They're the ones that go, right? So we know, and we know how to avoid their every activities that, of course, leads to things that are not good for us. Because the more we know about these folks, the more, the less they could harm us. Because we know what their intentions are and where their loyalty lies, right? For me, what I find most crazy is how it's easy for some of us to, peep the game that's being played in society and for us to see how we sometimes actively participate in the game at our own detriment and at the detriment of our people. While some people are just out there, people like us that are out there doing stuff like this, I wonder really, are they doing it knowing, or are they ignorant of what they are doing, so they don't know that what they are doing is damaging? Or could it be that they are seeing what's happening and they deliberately do the damage that they do out of selfishness, out of wanting to be validated by them, or out of just wanting to associate with the crowd or their crowd? How many really? Every time I see them, I'm like, how many do we have? How many? It's like there's so much. They keep popping up like this. Like, how many? There are too many, oh. There are too many, in my opinion.